hitting streak over that stretch, hitting .388, and Billingsley's first pitch in for a strike, and we're underway. Figgins has had a big series. The other night he was truly explosive. Last night he had one hit. The night before, a walk, a single, a double, and a triple. The Figgins hitting .288, switch hitter, batting left-handed, grounds the next one foul, and the count 0-2. 73 degrees, the beginning of a lovely summer Sunday afternoon, with Figgins, Abreu, and Hunter in that order. In the so-called merry month of May, the Angels are 13-8, Dodgers are 15-6. Figgins fouls another pitch back, and the count stays no balls and 2 strikes. Mike Scioscia piloting his ball club right now in second place, 3 back of Texas. They figured to improve dramatically when those who are banged up like Vladimir Guerrero return. Of course, the Angels won 100 games last year. No one expected them to do that this year, and Figgins fouls another one back. The Angels are not overwhelming in either area, home or away. They're 4 games above 500 at home, but 2 games under on the road. For the Dodgers, of course, the glistening credential, they are 18-4 in games here at Dodger Stadium this year. 0-2 the count to Figgins, hitting left-handed. He has to get his knees out of the way on a pitch inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Dodgers 30-14. That's their best start since back in 1983. Billingsley ready, and Chad's 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and down goes Figgins. Off-speed breaking ball, and Sean way out in front of it. And the batter now will be Bobby Abreu.
Right fielder number 53, Bobby Abreu.
We'll see if Bobby Abreu holds up to his reputation. Last year, he swung at the first pitch a major league low 7.9% of the time. So the Dodgers read the reports, and they know Abreu is famous for that. He's also famous for being involved in a lot of pitches. He averaged almost 4.5 pitches per at bat last year, and he looks, as the book says, and takes a strike, and the count 0-1. If anybody knows Bobby Abreu in the Dodger dugout, it would certainly be Larry Bowa, who managed him with the Phillies. And of course, Larry can tell you how much talent Bobby has. Strike 1 pitch, Abreu takes off the plate. Abreu, 35 years old, originally signed by the Astros out of high school in Venezuela. Came up to the Astros in '96, but really settled in with the Phillies from '98 through '06. He takes the next pitch a little high, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Last year, Abreu joined Barry Bonds and Rickey Henderson. 200 home runs and 300 stolen bases, and a 400 on-base percentage. Bobby swings, lines it to center. Kemp almost in his tracks, has to back up to handle it. So Abreu lines out to center. 2 down in the first inning, and Torii Hunter will be coming up. Torii Hunter had a double, scored a run in the first game of the series, made a couple of dazzling defensive plays, certainly a ball on Martin and another by Casey Blake. And then last night he tried to beat the Dodgers with the bat and hit a big 3-run home run as well as a single. So Hunter batting .310 and takes a strike, and the count 0-1. In looking at the Angels against Billingsley, Hunter is 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, and no Angel has done well against Billingsley. Fly ball into left center, and Matt Kemp is there waiting, takes it, and that'll be that. So a 1-2-3 inning for Chad Billingsley, and as he walks off, Angels nothing, Dodgers coming up. side in order, and we go to the bottom of the first inning as Chad is in pursuit of his 7th win. And here's the way the Dodgers stack up. Juan Pierre leads off in left field, and Russell Martin hits second behind the plate. Orlando Hudson, who plays in every game, is at second base. Casey Blake hits cleanup. James Loney at first, Matt Kemp in center, Jamie Hoffman in right field in his Major League debut in a starting role. Juan Castro takes over at short for Rafael Turcal, and on the mound, Chad Billingsley. On the mound for the Angels, Matt Palmer out of Memphis, Tennessee, originally drafted by the Giants back in 2002. He only pitched 3 games for the Giants, and he walked more than innings pitched. There are a few bees flying around out near the mound. They're not the infield flies, they are the infield bees. So Matt Palmer, 30-year-old right-hander with a record of 5-0, and the right-hander delivers, and Pierre takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Palmer 6'2", 205 pounds, the first pitcher in the last 55 years to do something rather interesting. He works one low to Pierre, 1-1. 55 years, he's the first one to have 0 career wins before the age of 30 and then win his first 5 starts after turning 30. Pierre takes ball 2 and the 2-1 count. Matt has a horticulture degree from Missouri State in 2007, and he's low again to Pierre. In fact, he actually thought about quitting baseball to pursue landscaping design, but he hung tough, and he's off to the races here with the Angels. 3-1 pitch to Pierre is taken for a strike, and of course last night Pierre walked to force in the winning run, the first RBI that he's had against the Angels in 97 at-bats, and it won the game. 3-2 is swung on, hit to left center. That's exactly where Torii Hunter hangs out and makes the catch. So just like that, 1 away. We'll check the Angels defensively. Rivera, Hunter, and Abreu. The infield of Quinlan, Ibar, Figgins, and Morales. And the battery of Palmer and Napoli. So 1 away, and Russell Martin coming up. Dodgers never seen Palmer before, so no one has any experience going up there against him. All we do know is that he and Billingsley very tough on right-hand batters. Palmer delivers, fastball fouled away, and the count 0-1. We'll repeat it. Right-hand batters are hitting 167 against Billingsley, and they're hitting 175 against Palmer. No balls and 1 strike. The next one in for a strike. 0-2. Jonathan Matt Palmer by name. 0-2 count. Palmer heaves a little sigh. Now the right-hander comes back 0-2. Chopper wide of third. In fact, it's going to be picked up by Ibar to throw out Martin. It was flagged by Quinlan, but it was Ibar who made the play.
Now batting second base.
So 2 down in the first inning, and the batter will be Orlando Hudson. Hudson has put in a remarkable 44 games. This will be number 45 for him. Not only playing every game, but playing exceptionally well. Hitting .339, 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He still has his hitting streak going. Hudson last night extended it with a base hit in the 5th inning, so he brings up a 13-game hitting streak as he settles in. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Palmer into the windup, and the first pitch a strike, and the count 0-1. Both teams have been struggling with runners in scoring position. That's why the series has been so close. Hudson takes off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels are 3 for 24, and the Dodgers are 4 for 28. That's not much for either team. The 1-1 pitch inside, that would give the Angels a 125 batting average, and the Dodgers 143. 2-1 the count. Hudson waiting. Casey Blake on deck, and Orlando fouls it away. Dodgers are 15-6 in the month of May, but they'll be going out on the road. They're 2 games above 500, 12-10. Angels are reverse on the road. They're 10-12. So upcoming, Colorado and Chicago. Then the Dodgers home with Arizona, Philadelphia, and San Diego. 2-2 pitch on the way is swung on and missed at the plate. Down goes Hudson. So the Dodgers go quietly, just like the Angels, and at the end of an inning, no score. Interesting, the Dodgers jumping out in front a lot in 20-some-odd games. Remember, they scored 44 runs in the first inning. They would have scored a couple at least Friday night, except for the great catch by Torii Hunter. They did go out in order in the first inning last night, and for the 11th time this year, the Dodgers went out in order in the first inning. So now Juan Rivera, Kendry Morales, and Mike Napoli in that order. Rivera, 3 home runs in his last 5 games and takes off the plate, ball 1. Rivera put on a show against left-hand pitching Randy Wolf last night. He had a single, then he had a home run, then he had another single. But then against the right-handers, he went 0 for 2. The 1-0 pitch on the way is a ground ball up the middle, trying to bird dog it is Castro, but he was way in the hole, and all he could do is get a glove on the ball and slow it down. Kemp has trouble picking it up. They throw to second, and they get Rivera going in, with Orlando Hudson making the tag. Mike Scioscia can't believe it. So a ground ball up the middle. Castro got his glove on it, but all he did was slow it down. And then when Kemp came in to pick it up, he didn't pick it up cleanly. So Rivera decided to go to second, and the Dodgers get him from Matt Kemp to Orlando Hudson. So Rivera a single, and then cut down trying to stretch. So a base hit, but an out, and we have one away in the second inning. So now Kendry Morales, a switch hitter batting left-handed. He takes ball 1. 1-0 the count to Morales. So Kemp alertly backing up, got his man, 1 down. Billingsley into his windup. Chad ready and comes back. Fastball strike. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. For Chad Billingsley working on Morales. Morales with 8 home runs. 26 runs batted in, hitting .278. Billingsley comes back 1-1, and that pitch is low, ball 2, 2-1. Billingsley 6-1, 1-0 against the Angels last year. That was in June and went 7 innings, did not allow a run. The 2-1 pitch coming up. Chad ready and deals. Ground ball to the right side. Orlando is on the grass, picks it up and throws him out. So 2 down in the second inning. And the batter will be the catcher, Mike Napoli.
Angels catcher number 44, Mike Napoli.
So Billingsley got a break when Rivera tried to move up a notch. And with 2 down, Napoli, the right-hand hitting catcher, settles in. Napoli did not start against Randy Wolf, and that was a surprise. They started Jeff Mathis. Reason why it was a surprise, he's hitting .455 against left-hand pitching. He promptly first ball swings and fouls it away. 0-1 the count. Napoli, if you go back to September of last year, is hitting .366 in his last 38 games. But Mike decided to rest him against Wolf and then play him against Billingsley. He shies away and a fastball gets the inside corner and the count 0-2. Beautiful day in Los Angeles and a wonderful afternoon here at Dodger Stadium. No balls and 2 strikes to Napoli. Billingsley ready. Back he comes. Breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked by Martin. 1-2 the count. Blue skies overhead. Makes it a little tough for fly balls. And of course for outfielders with a good crowd to get a jump. Shirt sleeve crowd. Light breeze blowing from right to left. 1-2 pitch on the way, and Napoli takes high and away, ball 2. For Billingsley, he's worked at least 7 innings, 4 of his last 5 starts. Every start but his first, he's made over 100 pitches. First time out, he made 94. In Philadelphia, he made 123. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's a little low. Ball 3. The 3-2 the count to Mike Napoli. Last time out, you may remember, Billingsley beat the Mets 5-3, went 6 1/3. Chad ready, going all the way with Napoli. The right-hand hitting catcher waits, and Chad deals. Fastball, and that's lifted to the right side. Looking up into that glare is Orlando Hudson. He's having trouble, and Loney makes the catch. Orlando tried to use his glove, the bill of his cap, the sunglasses. He still couldn't pick it off, but Loney had the better angle. So going back to work is Palmer. No score. Inning, the Angels and the Dodgers. Casey Blake followed by James Loney and then Matt Kemp, and great to see all the kids here as well as all the adults. Casey Blake on base 5 times last night. And Palmer's first pitch to Casey, low and away, ball one. Blake had 3 for 3, had a walk. He was hit by a pitch. Last time he got on base 5 times in a game against the White Sox 3 years ago. He looks at a strike and they count 1-1. Blake is really on the upswing. During the 19 games in the month of May, he's gone from 243 to 294, and he takes off the plate for ball 2, 2-1. Palmer doesn't mess around. He gets the ball on the rubber, ready to come right after you again. So Matt turns ready, and the pitch to Blake is taken low, ball 3. Matt Palmer has won each of his 5 starts, joining Jared Weaver and Bo Belinsky as the only players in club history to win each of his first 5 starts with the club. Blake, meanwhile, a line drive base hit into right field. Abreu gets it back into the infield. So Casey red hot and singles to right. You know, the Dodgers have the Junior Dodgers broadcast program, giving young aspiring broadcasters an opportunity to hone their skills by calling actual games from the press box. The program, believed to be the first of its kind in Major League Baseball, will continue for each Sunday home game for the remainder of the season. By the way, the live audio feed for the Junior Dodger broadcast will be available for free at www.dodgers.com/Junior Dodgers. So here's James Loney, and there goes Blake, and the first pitch fouled away. So the Dodgers put hit and run on with Blake going and Loney fouling it off. Blake, by the way, does not have a stolen base, though he's checking with Larry Boa again as he gets back to the bag, and so is Loney. On deck, Matt Kemp. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Out of a stretch goes Palmer. Another look over at Blake, and he decides to throw over there. Angels starting pitchers are doing well. They lead the American League in earned run average at 3.7. The Dodgers starting pitchers lead the major leagues with an earned run average of 3.5. And typically these games have been tough. 3 of the last 4 decided by 1 run. Strike 1 pitch. Loney takes off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. James hitting .283. John Lackey had to really give the Angels a big lift last night. Went 7, was not involved in the decision, made 106 pitches. And with a healthy Lackey, of course, and a healthy Vladimir Guerrero, things figure to improve a great deal as the Angels chase Texas. The next one to Loney is whacked into right center. That's a base hit, and there's nobody there. It'll go to the wall. Blake is being waved in to score, and he will on a long double by Loney, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. So Matt Palmer gives up the double to Loney. It was in a sweet spot just below the belt, above the knees, about thigh high, and Loney ripped it into the gap. Blake scores easily, and for Loney, his 9th double and his 31st run batted in. So with 31 ribbies, he leads the club 1 more than Andre Ethier. Matt Kemp, who alertly backed up on the play involving Castro and the ground ball base hit by Rivera. Pickoff play at second, not in time, and that hit Loney, I believe, on the earpiece on the side of the helmet. Wow, that was close. Right there, got him. And somehow Ibar held onto the ball. Oh, yes, how they hated to wear helmets when they hit. And now it saves them so many times on the base paths. Palmer ready and delivers, and a big swing and a miss by Matt. 0-1 to count. Kemp, by backing up and getting Rivera in the second inning, has 7 assists and now leads the major leagues in that important category. Matt had a rough night last night. He usually does against John Lackey. He struck out 3 times, but he did have a base hit and scored the winning run in the 10th. Matt tries to uppercut a pitch, doesn't get it, and the count 0-2. So Kemp hitting .286, one Matt against another, 4 home runs, 25 runs batted in. So Palmer touched for the run. Palmer's earned run average over 4.2. Now the strike 2 pitch on the way, and the pitch is probably whacked into left, base hit. They will stop the runner Loney with nobody out at third base. So the Dodgers get a single by Blake, an RBI double by Loney, a single to left for Kemp, and with runners at first and third, nobody out, Jamie Hoffman coming up. Young Jamie had to pick up for Andre Ethier last night. Ethier having the big toe of his right foot hit by a pitch, splitting the nail, and Hoffman had one at bat in the 9th inning with a runner at third and struck out. The night before, he came off the bench as a pinch hitter and hit a fly ball deep enough to right to advance a runner. So now he makes his first career start in the big leagues. The former hockey player out of Minnesota, Jamie Hoffman. Dodgers at first and third, and of course Kemp presents a big problem because of the fact he runs so well. Palmer delivers, and it is swung on and missed, 0-1. Matt Kemp has stolen 9 out of 11, and down the line from third comes Loney. Dodgers 1, Angels nothing, bottom of the 2nd inning. Kemp off the bag, held on by Morales. Out of a stretch goes Palmer, ready and deals, and the next one in there for a strike. 0-2 the count of Jamie Hoffman as Palmer tries to work his way out of a jam. Is Hoffman, followed by Castro, and then Billingsley. Palmer set, checks the corners, back he comes, and has a high fly ball into deep left field. Rivera to the wall. The kid has hit it out. A 3-run home run in his first major league start. What a way to begin. Wouldn't that melt the ice in Minnesota? What a thrill for the kid from New Ulm, Minnesota. His father is the sheriff in Brown County. His first career hit, his third major league at bat, and it's a 3-run home run. Down below us, there's some rather excited people. We knew his dad was here Friday night. We could not recognize him, but it could very well have been his father. Had the thrill of a lifetime to see his son do it. So the Dodgers have jumped out to a 4-0 lead, and Juan Castro takes ball 1. For Palmer, that would be the 5th home run that he has allowed, and the pitch to Castro foul back. What a thrill. What a magnificent moment in the life of young Jamie Hoffman as he sits next to Casey Blake. His third major league at bat, a 3-run home run. Castro takes a strike, 1-2 the count. Dodgers trying to go 19-4 at home and trying to go 31-14 for the year. Castro takes away, 2-2 the count. Hoffman had 10 home runs last year at Jacksonville. He had 2 at Chattanooga and 2 at Albuquerque this year. And the pitch to Castro is strike 3 called, down he goes. So for Jamie, he is not a home run hitter in looking at his numbers, but boy, he got one in and down and whacked it into the left field stands. Rivera trying to climb the wall, but it was out of sight. The Dodgers score 4 with Castro striking out. That's the first out. And here's Chad Billingsley, and he hits one foul into the seats beyond the Angel dugout, and the count 0-1. Billingsley has had about 26 plate appearances, struck out about a third of the time. takes down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Dodgers, they have hit 34 home runs. The Angels have hit 35. The 1-1 pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-2. Dodgers 4, Angels nothing, bottom of the second inning. Next pitch is swung on and missed, and that sends Billingsley back to the dugout. So Palmer strikes out Castro and Billingsley after giving up the big home run. For Palmer, his numbers, his fought his control. He now has 20 strikeouts, 13 walks. And Juan Pierre, who had the big walk last night, led off the first inning and fly to center, so Juan 0 for 1. Dodgers and Angels will get together in Anaheim on the weekend of the 19th, 20th, and 21st of June. Pierre hits one foul up along third, so he'll have to come back and try it again. 0-1 the count. We mentioned the other day about Jamie Hoffman's father. You know the story out of Minnesota, the mother with a 13-year-old boy who has cancer. She did not want the boy to undergo usual medical treatment and fled. They've been trying to find her, and Jamie's father was in the hunt. Meanwhile, Pierre hits one to dead center for a base hit. Torii Hunter gets it back in. So Pierre, a line drive single, rough inning for Matt Palmer. He has given up 3 singles, a double, and a home run, and the Dodgers lead 4-0 with Russell Martin coming up. Remember, too, that Palmer was very tough going into the game against right-hand batters. They were hitting only 175 against him, but Blake singled, Kemp singled, Hoffman homered. Then the left-hand batters, Loney doubled, and Pierre has singled. So 4-0 Dodgers in the second. Martin rolled to short. He is the 7th man to come to the plate here in the second inning. Palmer out of his stretch, looks back at Pierre. Juan goes. The pitch is low. The throw is going to go to the right of the bag. A diving block on the ball by Ibar, and safe at second is Pierre. On the block, the ball caromed over towards shortstop. Figgins tried to make it, and then Ibar backed up. So Juan Pierre steals a base easily. He is 8 for 12. And Ibar backing up the block. So Pierre looking for a ride home with 2 out. 1 ball and no strikes to Russell Martin. Palmer out of his stretch. Another look back at second now. The right-handed delivers, and the fastball is high. Ball 1. 1-0. For Palmer, he thought certainly about quitting baseball. He had been in the minor leagues about 6 years and felt he was on a treadmill going nowhere. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, lifted to dead center. Back goes Hunter. Turns now and makes the catch about 5 feet shy of the track. So the Dodgers send 8 men to the plate, and they pick up 4 in a hurry on the 3-run home run by the rookie, Jamie Hoffman, and lead 4-0. We're talking about what a thrill it must have been for Jamie Hoffman to hit his first major league home run with 2 men aboard. And our guess was correct. His mom, Lisa Hoffman, his dad, Rich Hoffman, and his sister, Tiffany, are here taking in the game. That made it that much sweeter. One other thing, Andre Ethier wanted to play today. Now here is Eric Ibar bunting. Good bunt. Billingsley down to get it, but no play. So Ibar lays down a beauty and a bunt single. Yeah, Andre Ethier wanted to play, and Joe Torii said, I decided not to play him because even trotting back and forth for 9 innings, he'd feel a little, but he is available to pinch hit. So Ethier sits down. Joe plays Hoffman, and Hoffman hits a 3-run home run. That's the way things go when you're 18-4 at home. And the batter now is Rob Quinlan, who started at first base last night and did well. He had 2 singles and a double, and Rob takes a strike in the count 0-1. Four to nothing in favor of the Dodgers. Quinlan, who hasn't played much at all, making his 9th start. First time he has started against a right-hand pitcher. Throw to first, not in time. Jamie Hoffman is from New Ulm in Minnesota. Rob Quinlan is from St. Paul, Minnesota. Dodgers 4 runs, 5 hits. Angels no runs, 2 hits. Out of his stretch goes Billingsley. Now the strike 1 pitch on the way. Instead, Quinlan, tired of waiting, and backs out. No pitch, says Laz Diaz, and the count stays 0-1. Four nothing Dodgers, and we're in the top of the 3rd. Billingsley set, looks back over his shoulder at Ibar. Now the pitch to Quinlan, and that's whacked to left field. Pierre on the dead run, reaches up, can't get it. It bounces against the bullpen gate. Here comes Ibar to score easily on a long double by Rob Quinlan, who's wearing the Dodgers out. And the Angels get on the board. It's 4-1 Dodgers. Pierre running as hard as he could, trying to flag it, and could not. Quinlan really got a fastball out over the plate, and he was all over it. Pierre racing, lunged at the ball, but it bounced against the gate. So 4-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Quinlan at second base, nobody out. Matt Palmer is the batter, and the Dodgers expect him to try to bunt. Billingsley ready. Palmer's around to bunt and takes ball 1. Lackey went 0 for 3 while he pitched, and Weaver went 0 for 2. So now it's Palmer's chance to get his feet wet. Although going back in the books, when he played for the Giants in 3 games, he probably swung the bat a little bit then. The bunt foul back, and the count 1-1. He was in 3 games for the Giants last year, 12 2/3 innings, so he might have had a shot at it. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Quinlan at second, nobody out, a run in, and the Dodgers lead 4-1. Billingsley ready. Palmer shows bunt. Chad delivers. The bunt is foul up along third. 1-2 the count. Waiting on deck, Sean Figgins. The Angels going home for a homestand, and the Dodgers hitting the road. Colorado and Chicago. In fact, when the Dodgers are in Colorado, they will not only be in the same city as the Lakers, they will be in the same hotel in Denver. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matt Palmer. Billingsley looks down the barrel to get a sign. Again, Palmer shows bunt. Now swings and strikes out. So Associate took a shot and came up empty. Second strikeout for Billingsley. You know, Sunday this season, you can join us at the beach, Bleacher Beach at Dodger Stadium, an all-inclusive section in here at Dodger Town. You'll enjoy all-you-can-eat barbecue. You get a Dodger beach bag, an oceanfront experience, a bird's-eye view of the game. And to purchase tickets, visit Dodgers.com/beach or call 866-DODGERS. They tell me, although we can't see it, that there are tiki huts and tents back there. There are lifeguard stations. It's a great idea and apparently a huge success. Strike to Figgins. 0-1 the count to Sean, who struck out in the first inning. Figgins has struck out 27 times this year, but he's also walked 22. Strike one pitch is swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. Figgins has developed into a very good leadoff man. One year he had the lowest on base percentage, and the next thing you know, he was up at the top. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Sean. Billingsley set, ready, and deals. The pitch is a check swing, no swing, says Chuck Merriweather. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sean. Georgia boy, went to Brandon High School. He had a 6-hit night, including a walk-off triple when the Angels came from behind to beat Houston 10-9. That was 2 years ago. Figgins swings, whacks it foul. Still 1-2. The last time a player had a 6-hit walk-off feat, Jim Northrup in 1969 did it for Detroit, but that was a 13-inning game. 1-2 the count to Sean Figgins. Billingsley ready. Here he comes, a little tight to the hands, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. Figgins is 5'7" and 180. He had 2 years back-to-back where he struck out 100 times, and certainly that's not good for him. Those 2 years were 05 and 06. Sean swings, hits a hopper by the diving Castro. So here comes Quinlan. The throw to the plate is offline. So Figgins delivers, and all of a sudden the Dodger lead is 4-2. So Sean Figgins, a base hit up the middle to cash in Quinlan, who's double cashed in Ibar. So a 4-0 lead has shrunk to 4-2, and with Figgins at first, Bobby Abreu coming up. And remember, still only 1 out. So the Angels right back in the game, and of course Figgins is going to put a lot of pressure on Billingsley. Sean has stolen 19 out of 22. It's a question whether Mike Scioscia wants to run him or keep the right side of the infield open for Bobby Abreu. So the veteran Abreu waiting at the plate, left-hand batter. Out of a stretch goes Billingsley, looks over at Figgins, bluffs, and Figgins retreats to the bag. Sean held on by James Loney. Abreu waiting at the plate. His full name is Bob Kelly Abreu, and he looks at a strike. His dad named him after former Major League outfielder Pat Kelly. Bob has a couple of younger brothers who are shortstops. They're both in the Cubs organization. Bob, 35 years old. Oh, and 1 the count. Billingsley watching Figgins. Still watching. Now comes back to Abreu. Big bouncer, fair ball. Tony on the bag for 1. Now the rundown with Castro, and Loney will tag him out for the double play. Once Loney stepped on the bag, that removed the force. So they had to run Figgins to the ground. So Loney gets 2 putouts. The Angels get 2 runs, and it's 4-2 Dodgers. The Angels 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. This is a totally different game from the previous two. In the previous two, going into the fifth inning, each was 1-1. But here they are, 4-2 Dodgers on this glorious Sunday afternoon with a big crowd. And of course, Mike Scioscia didn't think it was very glorious. He thought that big bouncer by Bobby Abreu was a foul ball. But Loney made the play, and the play stands. Orlando Hudson, who struck out in the first inning, starting off here in the bottom of the third, hitting left-handed, sprays it foul off to the left, second level, and a no ball, 2-strike count to Orlando. Dodgers 4 runs, 5 hits. The Angels 2 runs, 4 hits. Orlando trying to extend his hitting streak, takes low and inside. 1-2 the count. Matt Palmer, the third starter in the series for the Angels, and there's a ground ball to short. Charging Ibra gets rid of it in a hurry, and that'll do it for Hudson. 0 for 2. One away in the third, and Casey Blake coming up.
Number 23, Casey Blake.
Casey Blake swinging a very hot bat. He has his average up now to 299. And he had a base hit to right field in the second inning. Blake last night had 2 singles and a double. He was walked and also hit by a pitch. He did go 0 for 4 in the first game, but he was robbed of 2 hits, one by Torii Hunter and the other by Sean Figgins. Casey takes down and away, 2 balls and no strikes. So from a number 8 hitter, he is now the cleanup hitter for the Dodgers today. 2 balls and no strikes the count. James Loney on deck. Figgins in to say something to Palmer. Morales, Figgins, Ibar, and Quinlan on the infield for the Angels. Palmer looks in, getting a sign. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way, and the fastball in there for a strike. How come you're 5-0 after you labored in the minors, couldn't pitch for the Giants last year, thought about quitting? Well, one reason, balance. The pitch to Casey Blake inside ball 3. Mike Butcher has worked hard with him, and all of a sudden, balance and free delivery. He's 5-0. And the 3-1 pitch is popped foul, out of play behind the plate. And the count 3-2. Matt Palmer, first time the Dodgers have seen him. They've certainly heard about him. He's from a little town in Missouri. He was born in Memphis, but he lives in Caruthersville, Missouri. 3-2 pitch. Matt delivers. Breaking ball fouled away. Still 3-2. Blake back up and waiting. 3-2 the count. Palmer holds the ball at the belt, turns on the rubber and delivers, and Casey hits a fly ball to right field. Bobby Abreu comes in and makes the catch, and we have 2 down here in the third inning. Russell Martin, Steve Garvey, and Ron Say, they invite you to swing for the fences under the lights at Dodger Stadium June the 15th. You can take batting practice on the field, take photos with the Dodger trio, and get free autographs. Space limited, so buy now at Dodgers.com/under-the-lights, or give us a call 323-224-2646. James Loney doubled home Blake and then rode home on the home run by Hoffman, and James takes ball 1. Looking at the number worn on the back of Matt Palmer, he has arrived. His number is 32. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Ground ball to the right side. Nice flag by Figgins to get him, and that's it. In spring training, when Matt Palmer was certainly unknown, he wore number 90. But now that he's 5-0, he's got a magic 30. Dodger Baseball on Prime Ticket is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, try the mini sirloin burgers. They're 3 delicious burgers on toasted mini buns. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares with no hidden fees. Book now at southwest.com, where what you see is what you pay. 4th inning with the Dodgers leading the Angels 4-2. Torii Hunter, Juan Rivera, and Kendry Morales in that order. Chad Billingsley roughed up for 2 singles and a double in the 3rd inning and gave up 2. 0-1. You know what's interesting? Take Jamie Hoffman, who's out there in right field. As we mentioned earlier, Andre Ethier wanted to play today, but Torii said no. But Torii had another idea as well. He had thoughts of playing Casey Blake in right field, but he slept on that idea, and so he told Ethier to rest, told Casey, no, you're going to play third. I'm going to play Hoffman, and Hoffman is a 3-run home run. 1-2 the count to Torii Hunter. Jonathan Broxton has appeared last night, and he also appeared on Wednesday as Hunter strikes out. So Joe Torre said he wasn't sure if Broxton would be available to close, if not Ramon Troncoso. Well, here's our Aflac trivia question. No doubt you know that Orlando Hudson this year became the 2nd player ever to hit for the cycle at Dodger Stadium. Who was the first? Well, we'll give you the answer in a little while. Billingsley with 3 strikeouts. Rivera singled. That was the ground ball up the middle. Castro diving at the ball. It kicked off his glove. Then Kemp charging in overran the ball, and Rivera decided to go to second. Kemp recovered the ball and threw him out. 1-1 the count. What about Xavier Paul? There was a kid lost in the shuffle because of the staph infection. They tell us that Xavier will be in the hospital until Tuesday or Wednesday, but then it'll be a couple of weeks before he's completely healed. Fly ball to Kemp. 2 down. Which reminds us to remind especially the youngsters. You skin a knee, you cut yourself, you make sure that you clean it and keep it clean. Xavier Paul skinned a knee, and before you know it, he had, I guess, is closely diagnosed as a staph infection. That is very serious. And the last thing you want to do is have a player with a staph infection come into a clubhouse. So Dr. Neil Elatrash said, no, we're going to keep Xavier away. We'll keep him out of harm's way in the hospital, let him recover, and he'll be back. And Jamie Hoffman prospers. Life sure is strange, even in baseball. Morales grounded out in the 2nd inning. Kendry hitting .276. That's a high strike up around the letters. 2-1 to count. Billingsley trying to win his 7th. He's undefeated at home, 4-0. Foul ball. So Billingsley maturing to become the Dodger ace, no doubt about it. His earned run average 2.5. Bouncer up the middle. So a 2-out single by Morales, and that will bring up Mike Napoli.
Batting next, catcher number 44.
So the Angels come up with their 5th hit. Difference in the game, that home run by Hoffman. Napoli popped up to James Loney in the 2nd inning. So Mike 0 for 1. 4-2 in favor of the Dodgers. We're in the 4th inning. And that's ball 1 to Napoli. Mike is out of Hollywood, Florida. He was a lot bigger than he is. 2 years ago, he was up around 227. Now he's 210. 1-1. Napoli has hit as many as 16 home runs in the major leagues and has really developed as a fine defensive catcher. 1-1. Another strike. 1-2. Loney holding a corner. Morales short lead. Morales does not have a stolen base. 0 for 2. And then misses. 2-2 the count. What did Napoli do to go from 227 to 210? He'd eat a piece of chicken, 3 potatoes, and some fruit. That'd be it. And Mike would sum it up just as he did about eating those meals. He said, it stinks. I can understand. At the end of 3.5, Dodgers 4, Angels 2. Second player ever to hit for the cycle at Dodger Stadium. Who was the first? Jim Fregosi for the Angels. You might have jumped to the conclusion, oh, that must have been Wes Parker. But Parker did it at Shea Stadium in New York in 1970. Jimmy did it here for the Angels. And of course, Jim Fregosi involved in one of the more memorable trades. Fregosi for Nolan Ryan. Bottom of the 4th, Matt Kemp, Jamie Hoffman, and Juan Castro. And a strike to Kemp, who singled to left field in the 2nd inning. No balls and 1 strike to Matt. He has hit certainly a dry spot as far as home runs are concerned. But this time he drives one to center. Hunter goes back, reaches up, and made the catch. Oh, he is too much. Torii Hunter has made 3 great ones, but that one was unbelievable. We were waiting for the second base umpire, Mike Riley, and he had to wait. Torii Hunter reaching up, hitting the wall, and down he goes. You know the greatest catch I ever saw? It was made by Willie Mays in Ebbets Field in Brooklyn with the bases loaded, 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning. And a Dodger third baseman named Bobby Morgan hit a line drive into left center field. Now at Ebbets Field, the wall was not padded as it is here. It was concrete. And instead of a rubberized warning track, it was gravel. And Mays, running as hard as he could, hit the gravel, was fully extended, his body parallel to the ground, and he caught the ball. But when he hit the gravel, he bounced head first to the base of the wall and knocked himself out, rolled over on his back. And then the left fielder, Henry Thompson, came over, reached down into Mays' glove and held it up in the air, and that was the final out of the game. Well, Torii Hunter hits the pads and really takes a jolt. He did not need Rivera to hold the ball up. He did, and now being assisted. Boy, has he shown why he has 8 gold gloves. He is a magnificent outfielder. And of course, running full tilt, fully extended as he was, even though it is padded, it doesn't help. If I remember correctly, when they first built Dodger Stadium, the idea of those cutouts, as you can see, it's not a solid wall. It's a series of pads, and he's going to hit it right there, face first. But as I understood it, those pads were supposed to give, and so you would go all the way through. But they don't give. He hit and bounced off. Probably hurt his neck and his chest. Gee, what a great play. And let's see whether Torii, who is a very popular, outgoing, personable guy anyway, is able to stay in. Yep, he's going to stay in. Wow. How many fingers do I have? Says Ibar. Now Figgins comes out to talk to him. There's the ball. Torii Hunter out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. 8 straight gold gloves. Not only no errors, but I don't know how many magnificent plays he has made over that stretch. Also, they have calculated that he has taken away at least 35 home runs, getting up above a wall to make the catch. I think his chest is sore, and he's getting a well-deserved ovation from the crowd. Gee, that was a great play, and you certainly hope he's all right. Wow. So now Jamie Hoffman coming up after that magnificent play by Torii Hunter. We mentioned that Jamie Hoffman's mom and dad and sister are here, so they saw him hit his first major league home run. And he hits a ground ball to Ibar. That'll be the second out. In case you wonder, he's from New Ulm, ULM, Minnesota. That's in Brown County. Population of about 13,000. It's in the triangle of land by the confluence of the Minnesota River and the Cottonwood River. It's the home of the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame, Martin Luther College. Quite a few other interesting notes about New Ulm, but he didn't give us time to tell you about it. 2 down. Here's Juan Castro. 0-1 the count. Juan playing for Rafael Furcal. 1 ball and 1 strike. Breeze blowing out to right field. Torii Hunter keeps rubbing at his chest. 1-1. Of course, being so fully extended as he was when he hit the wall, if he had been relaxed, the body might have been able to absorb the collision. But as stiff and straight as he was, he took a shot right at the breastbone. 2-2. Four to 2 in favor of the Dodgers. 2 out in the 4th inning. Breaking ball is lifted to shallow left. Ibar goes out. He'll take it. And that'll be that. That, in capital letters, translates into Torii Hunter, who made that remarkable catch. And at the end of 4, it's 4 to 2 Dodgers. And then Matt Palmer. Eric Ibar, a bunt single in the 3rd inning. So he'll begin matters here in the 5th. I loved Ibar after they finally put Torii Hunter together. And Ibar holding up 2 fingers. It say how many fingers have up. Great, Dr. Ibar, just great. 0-1 the count. Of course, as soon as you saw his teammates ragging on him, you knew Torii was all right. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. You know, Willie Mays was a brilliant center fielder. Mickey Mantle was. Joe DiMaggio certainly was. And they had room to roam. If I remember, dead center field at the Polo Grounds was like 463, and dead center field in old Yankee Stadium was 481. So I mean, you could run all day and half the night. Here and in every ballpark in the majors now, you run into a wall. So a base hit for Ibar. He's 2 for 2. And the batter will be Rob Quinlan.
Third baseman Rob Quinlan.
So that's 5 hits in the last 2 innings plus against Billingsley, and he's allowed 6 hits. Quinlan doubled in the 3rd inning. That was the problem, like a good outfielder like Duke Snider. In center field at Ebbets Field, it was 399. So every time you'd go back, you'd hit the wall. And it's pretty much the same way here. Ball 1. Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. Yeah, 395 here. Forbes Field in Pittsburgh was 457. It was so far away they used to put the batting cage out in the outfield because no one ever hit it. It never interfered with play. Ibar over there at first is 1 for 2. Quinlan and then Palmer the pitcher. Quinlan, 3 hits last night and then a double today. Going back again to center field play by Torii Hunter. All the walls now are padded. Some of them give. In the old days, none of them were padded. Concrete. Foul ball. And as we said, here you have the rubberized warning track. But when Torii Hunter was going back, he had to contend with a wall that wasn't going to give. And complete dedication and concentration. Could not take his eye off the ball and make that catch. So risking life and limb, Torii just made a super play. And thank goodness it's padded. Imagine trying to make that catch in Ebbets Field off concrete. 1-2 the count to Rob Quinlan. In fact, it was the concrete walls in Ebbets Field that really destroyed one of the great players to ever put on a uniform by the name of Pete Reiser. Pete fractured his skull crashing into an outfield wall of concrete. It was brutal in those days. 1-2. 2-2. Light breeze blowing out of the west from left to right. We're in the 5th inning. Dodgers 4, Angels 2. Angels go home. Dodgers go to Colorado. High bar held on by Loney. If you joined us late, Jamie Hoffman hit a 3-run home run. The Dodgers scored a total of 4 in the 2nd inning, and the Angels came back with 2. Quinlan hits one up the middle right to Hudson on the bag and doubles him at first. So Rob Quinlan tries to go up the middle, and Hudson goes right to the ball, then to the bag, and then the throw for the DP. So 2 down, and Matt Palmer will be coming up. Gold gloves glistening in the sun. 8 for Torii Hunter, 3 for Orlando Hudson. Palmer struck out in the 3rd inning. Ball 1. Two and 0 the count. 2 down, bases empty, top of the 5th. Dodgers 4, Angels 2. Big swing. 2-1 the count from Matt. Two. Chad Billingsley stake to a 4-2 lead here in the 5th inning. 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. See you later. So down goes Palmer. Strikeout number 5 for Chad. No runs a hit, but the double play ball stopped it in its tracks, and it's still 4-2 Dodgers. Baseball on Prime Ticket is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. We want you to live well, be well, and thrive. Bottom of the fifth inning with the Dodgers leading 4-2. It'll be Chad Billingsley, Juan Pierre, and then Russell Martin. Billingsley struck out in the second inning. Palmer whips that fastball in for a strike. Billingsley has made 70 pitches, and it's so interesting now as he matures as a pitcher. He's had just one 3-ball count and drives a fly ball to right, but Bobby Abreu is at the other end of it. One away. You know, a reminder, get everything you want on your next trip to Dodger Town. 3 tickets, Dodger dogs, sodas, t-shirts, hats, a beach bag full of souvenirs, peanuts, and parking for $99. Visit Dodgers.com/specials. Give us a call, 866-DODGERS, and get more compliments of the Dodgers and JetBlue. Juan Pierre, fly to center, single to center. 1 for 2, picked up a stolen base. One ball and no strikes. One other footnote, asterisk footnote on Jamie Hoffman's home run. The last Dodger to home run for his first major league hit was Gary Ingram at Colorado in 1994. Jamie not only does it here in the home park, he does it in front of his mom, his dad, and his sister. One away, 4-2 Dodgers. 2-1 the count. For Palmer, he had that shaky spot where he gave up 4 hits in a row and 5 hits in the inning. Since then, he has settled down to retire 8 in a row. Of course, that includes that magnificent catch by Torii Hunter. 3-2. Just off the plate. First walk given up by Matt Palmer, and the batter will be Russell Martin, who grounded to short, fly to center, 0 for 2. And the first thing Martin does is take a look at Larry Boa. Of course, with Martin, and the combination of Martin and Pierre, you're thinking of either hit and run, straight steal, and we'll see what comes up. Martin just 4 for 20 during the homestand. 0 for 2 today. Pierre stole a base in the second inning, so he has stolen 8 out of 12. Eight out of 12 isn't bad, but his buddy Sean Figgins has stolen 19 out of 22. And with a right-hand hitter at the plate, if Pierre does go, it will be his pal Sean Figgins who figures to handle the throw. One ball and no strikes. It's Figgins who tells Ibar who's going to cover. It's the old story in baseball. The man who gives the sign holds his glove up to his face and then either opens his mouth or keeps the mouth closed, and one tells you what's going to happen. Like that. So Pierre trying to explore Palmer's best move without getting caught. Dodgers 4, Angels 2, bottom of the fifth. Maury Wilks, if I remember correctly, almost always slid feet first. And what the first baseman would do in those days would come down with a hard tag on his legs every time. I mean, they were beating him up like a drum. Pitch out, no action. And since he slid so much feet first, Torii developed huge strawberries, as they call them. And it got so bad and it was so ugly to look at that Torii suddenly mentally did not want to slide. He had to go and get a little help. You see them running and sliding. You don't think about the fact they're shedding skin down there. 2 balls, no strikes. Pierre goes. Pitch way inside. Figgins covers, and he's in there. So Pierre beats his buddy's tag to steal his second base. The pitch inside at the ribs to drive Martin off. That close. And then Mike Riley had to double check to make sure one didn't come off the bag. So Pierre at second, 3-0 the count to Martin, with Orlando Hudson on deck, 1 out. And they let him swing 3-0, trying to help him get out of the slump. Came into the game 4 for 20, though 0 for 2 today. And of course, Joe's been there. That's one of the good things about being a solid ball player when he played, trying to help hitters who are in some distress. Green light him 3-0. 3-1. And look out. That was just supposed to be an exchange of balls. Luckily, Palmer was just lobbing the ball. Martin was busy talking to the plate umpire, Laz Diaz. Time called. Oh, well, I'll just lob it up there, and he almost hit Martin in the face. Russell backs and then just does get out of the way. Luckily, it was just a lob throw. All right, 3-1. And a broken bat line drive back to second, not in time. So Martin shatters his bat and lines out to Quinlan.
That's second baseman.
So 2 down in the 5th inning, and Orlando Hudson will be coming up. Orlando struck out, grounded to short, 0 for 2. Mike Napoli reminding the infield with 2 out, knock the ball down, don't let it go through. Be the top of the order for the Angels in the 6th inning, but they're backing Palmer up in the bullpen now. Jason Bulger begins to loosen up. And that's ball 1. Orlando hitting .335. He has 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in, and a 13-game hitting streak on the line. Waiting back of him, Casey Blake. Foul ball. Dodgers scored 4 in the 2nd inning. Blake singled and Loney doubled him in. Kemp singled Loney to 3rd, and Jamie Hoffman, in his first major league hit, in his 3rd major league at bat, hit a 3-run home run. So the Angels bounced back. Ibar single, Quinlan doubled him in. Figgins singled home Quinlan, and that's it. 4-2 Dodgers, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2. When the Dodgers go to Denver, and we understand it'll be kind of a drizzly Denver, on and off rain, temperatures maybe in the 60s, far cry from what we have here. Eric Stoltz Monday, Eric Milton Tuesday, Clayton Kershaw Wednesday, and then Chicago. Two and two, and Palmer almost fell down, replacing a little divot. Breeze picking up a little more again to right field. Pierre, reasonable lead. Ball 3. Palmer so far walked Pierre here in the 5th inning, and that's his only walk. 3 and 2, 2 out. 5th inning, 4-2 Dodgers. Way outside. So that's another thing about a hitting streak. You have to be lucky that you get a lot of at-bats. Even if you get a lot of at-bats, the opposition might make some great defensive plays. And then if you get walks or get hit by pitch, your streak is really tough to maintain. So Orlando is 0 for 2, gets a walk, and Casey Blake coming up. And that's going to be all. 2 walks in the inning, and Matt Palmer will take a walk with the Dodgers leading 4-2. Look at what's ahead. The Dodgers head for Colorado after the game. 3 in Denver, then 4 with the Cubs. Then we run out of May, and into June we're home. Arizona, Philadelphia, and San Diego. So make your plans while we're away. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you here. For Matt Palmer, he made 82 pitches. And when he walks 2 in the inning, it's time to hook him. So he goes out losing 4-2. Can't win, could only lose or have nothing to do with it. Casey Blake and Jason Bulger. Ball 1. Bulger, like so many other pitchers, surviving Tommy John surgery. He's 30 years old. He'd be 31 in December. A Georgia boy, lives in Atlanta, went to Valdosta State University. 1 ball and no strikes. Ball 2. Bulger was originally a first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks 8 years ago. In the same draft, 2 of his brothers, Brian and Kevin, were selected by the Giants. So he's in there with 2 on, 2 out, 5th inning, and the Dodgers trying to add to a 4-2 lead. And a strike. Blake single to right and fly to right. That was against Palmer. Angels traded away an infielder, Alberto Calaspo, to get Bolger. Basically fastball, hard slider, and a changeup. Now behind 3-1 to Casey with James Loney on deck. Pierre at second, Hudson at first. Three and two. Going into last night's game, the Angel bullpen had allowed just one earned run in over 20 innings, and the Dodgers finally got a run against Scott Shields. Scott Shields, by the way, has tendinitis, we understand, of the patella. That's why he had to come out of the game. Left knee really bothering him. 3 and 2 with one out. There they go the runners with two out, and a fly ball to Torii Hunter, who started in and makes the catch anyway. So a long out to center. Hunter looked like he was going to come in on it, but then he is so quick, reversed the process, and it's still 4-2. In 1973, the Dodgers and the Mets played 19 innings. The Dodgers left 22 men on base. The Mets won the game 7-3. Only highlight for the Dodgers, center fielder Willie Davis had 6 hits. By the way, that game ended at 1:45 in the morning. Let's go back to this one. Four to 2 in favor of the Dodgers, and a strike to Sean Figgins to lead it off here in the 6th. Sean has struck out and singled 1 for 2. Shows bunt, fouled it back. 0 and 2. Dodgers got 4 in the second. The Angels got 2 in the third, and that's it. We're now in the 6th. Figgins, Abreu, and Hunter. 1 and 2. Hope you're enjoying a wonderful, well-deserved weekend, holiday weekend. But we would ask you please to be very careful. Please don't drink if you're getting behind the wheel. If I heard the newspaper, the radio news last night, in LA County, starting Friday to last night, I believe they said they arrested 475 drivers, DUI, just in LA County. 475? Please. 4-2 in favor of the Dodgers, 6th inning. And look out now as Figgins, with his 19 stolen bases, takes a walk. That, by the way, is the first walk given up by Chad Billingsley, who has struck out 5. Now you get Abreu lined out to center, grounded into a double play to Loney. From his reactions, Mike Scioscia certainly thought the ball was foul. Abreu, just the kind of a hitter late in the game to give a starting pitcher fits. Doesn't like to swing at the first pitch, usually gets deep into counts. And a strike. 0-1. Bob Kelly Abreu. Marvelous career on base percentage. Tremendous player. Oh, and 1. Oh, and 2. Abreu with the Yankees hit .330 a couple of years ago when Joe was there. He had a string with Philadelphia where he hit .300 6 out of 7 years. Oh, and 2. Ball 1. Bobby from Aragua in Venezuela lives in Maracay. The Astros drafted him out of high school. There goes Cheving, and the ball is whacked into right field. So Figgins is on his way to third by the time Hoffman picks up the ball. And Sean will hold on. So Abreu, a line drive single to right. Figgins takes third. And the Angels are in business as Torii Hunter comes up. No one backing up Billingsley in the pen yet. So the leadoff walk, the single by Abreu, and here's Hunter. Fly to center and struck out. Torii 0 for 2. Be a while before we forget that great catch he made on the ball hit by Matt Kemp in the 4th inning. Torii hitting .306. 10 home runs, 34 runs batted in. 0-1. Now Abreu does everything well. He is 15 for 15 in stolen bases. Of course, he has stolen as many as 40 in his career, but 15 out of 15, that's something. And a drive to center. Kemp coming up, and immediately the run comes in. So it is now 4-3 in favor of the Dodgers. A walk followed by 2 singles, and Juan Rivera will be coming up, and apparently Torii Hunter is 100% to stroke that single to center. So the Angels were down 4-0. Now it's 4-3, and they have 2 men on. Nobody out, and Rick Honeycutt going out to counsel Billingsley. Dodgers used Belisario 2 games in a row. They used Troncoso, Leach, Wade, Mota in game 2, and then last night Belisario and Broxton. Billingsley has made 82 pitches of the moment, but there's no one even warming up in the Dodger pen. Of course, you look at the last few games, Dodgers only used 3 pitchers last night. The game before, they used 6. Game before that, they used 5. Game before that, 5. Game before that, 4. Game before that, 8. And ball one to Rivera. Singled and fly to center. So Billingsley leading by 1, 4-3. And the Angels chew on, nobody out. Hitting back of Rivera, Kendrick Morales. 1-1 to count. Rivera single to center, fly to center. He's hit 3 home runs in his last 5 games. Hit 1 against the Dodgers last night in the 4th inning. Figgins opened the inning with a walk. Abreu singled into third. Hunter picked him up with a single. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball 2. Chad has made as many as 123 pitches in a game this year. Two balls, 1 strike. Foul, 2-2. Rivera last night went 3 for 5. So he is 4 for 7 in the last 2 games. But he went 0 for 4 in game 1. So he's 4 for 11 in the series. And that gets away from Martin, goes all the way to the backstop, and the runners move up to second and third. Martin acted like he thought he had caught it or blocked it. It was a late reaction before he realized it was on its way to the backstop. It's there, hits his glove. See, he looks down. Oops, it's not in there. It will be a pass ball. Of course, one thing, anytime you see a catcher turn the glove the other way, he can be in a lot of trouble instead of shifting his body to block it. 3-2. Foul back. And you can also say anytime you see a catcher do that, instead of shifting his body, he's a little tired. And who would blame Martin for being a little tired after that long game last night, the long game the night before, the long game before the night before that, and now a day game. First base open, 3-2 to Rivera. Hard ground ball by the diving Blake. 1 run will score to tie it up. Stopping at third is Hunter. So Rivera, a ground ball single to left, and Billingsley suddenly has lost the touch. A walk followed by 3 consecutive singles, and the Angels have tied it up. Bobby Abreu brings a run in. Still not out of trouble. Runners at first and third. The pass ball, of course, contributing to his problems. And the batter will be Henry Morales, who grounded out and singled. Now there's some activity in the Dodger bullpen, and it's Corey Wade. Wade was the losing pitcher the other night. He made 20 pitches. And ball 1 to Morales. He grounded to second, single to center. So Rivera at first, Hunter at third, still nobody out. Rivera does not do any running. Billingsley has made 20 pitches in the inning without an out. 1-1. So it all started harmlessly enough with Figgins drawing a walk. But Abreu single to right, Figgins going to third. Hunter single to center to score Figgins. The pass ball. Then Rivera singles to left to score Abreu. And it's all tied up 4-4. Now Hunter is at third, Rivera at first, and still nobody out. And a high fly ball to center. That's plenty deep to get Hunter home. Kemp for the catch, but he knows he has no play, so he gets it into second. And the Angels have turned it around to take a 5-4 lead. The Morales, a scoring fly ball to center.
Catcher number 44, Mike Napoli.
So Chad has given up 5. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 6th inning, they have Loney, Kemp, and Hoffman. So from 4-0 Dodgers, it's 5-4 Angels. And here's Mike Napoli. Rivera at first, still only 1 out. That's a strike. 0-1. One ball and 1 strike. Billingsley still throwing in the 90s. Chad undefeated at home, 4-0, 6-1 record, 1-1 lifetime against the Angels. Beat them last year here. And ball 2, 2-1. Napoli, the 6th man to come up in the inning. Eric Ibar out on deck. Two and 2 the count to Napoli, who has popped up and struck out. Billingsley with 5 strikeouts, but 2 of them was the pitcher. So what they say about striking out a pitcher is like kissing your sister. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Five runs, 9 hits for the Angels. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. And down goes Napoli, striking out a 2nd time. That would be 6 strikeouts for Chad. And the batter now will be Eric Ibar, the shortstop, who is 2 for 2. Ibar bunted for a base hit and single to right. Dodgers will have Loney, Kemp, and Hoffman in the bottom of this 6th inning. And a strike. No balls and 1 strike to the Angels shortstop, Eric Ibar. He makes it tough at 5'10", bent at the knees and waist. And hits 1 foul off first. 0-2 the count to Ibar. A little broken bat. He'll have to get another. Ibar is 25 years old and from the Dominican Republic. You may remember his younger brother, Willie Ibar. Eric, pretty good hitter. Numbers indicate that for sure. Hitting .285. As we mentioned, Rivera does not do any running. He does not have a stolen base. another foul ball out of play. You can see where Chad is. 100 pitches now. Oh, and 2. Foul back. Ibar was really working to take advantage of his speed and improve his bunting. And sure enough, in the 3rd inning, he laid one down and beat it out easily. He has had 1 home run in the last 3 years, and he has 1 this year. Fouled away. With that short stroke that he has, he usually doesn't strike out very much, and he has only struck out 12 times this year. 2 years ago with the Angels, about 200 plate appearances, he struck out 32 times. Last year, about 140 plate appearances, he struck out 11. And another foul ball out of play. So it's still no balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, 6th inning. Angels scored 2 in the 3rd. They picked up 3 here in the 6th and lead 5-4. Billingsley is really working hard now. This will be his 34th pitch in the inning. And the last thing he needs is a guy with a short stroke fouling off pitches. But Joe Torii, he has had to use his bullpen a great deal. Five runs, 9 hits for the Angels. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. 3 of those runs coming on a home run by Jamie Hoffman, his first major league home run. 0-2 to Ibar. Ball 1. Ibar 5'10", 170. And a hard foul ball. So far, this is a 9-pitch at bat, and 7 of those 9 pitches Ibar has fouled off. Mike Socia says that Eric Ibar works as hard as anybody he's ever been around. One and 2. 2-2. So 10 pitches and Ibar hanging tough. Just at the wrong time as far as Chad Billingsley is concerned, now that he's in the 100 pitch. This at bat, by the way, not that it's important, 6 minutes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Time. And ground ball to Hudson. And they finally get Ibarra to end the inning, but not before the Angels get 3. And Chad walks off at the end at 5.5. Angels 5, Dodgers 4. Play to look at that magnificent play by Torii Hunter. Look at that. Right arm was across his chest as he hit the fence. Took him a little while, then he recovered. He has made 3 highlight film catches in the 3 games. But the one on Kemp in the 4th inning today, that was really something. That was at the risk of life and limb. So the bottom of the 6th inning, James Loney, Matt Kemp, and then Jamie Hoffman. But Chad Billingsley a chance to rest. He made 38 pitches in the 6th inning. Strike. Billingsley's pitch count now is up to 108. Loney doubled. Came home on the home run by Hoffman and grounded out. Check swing foul. 0-2 the count. Bulger, who's been clocked anywhere from 90 to 96. Fastball, slider, changeup. And foul back. Loney hitting .286. He has 2 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Angels 5, Dodgers 4. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And a little ground ball to Sean Figgins. 1 away. That brings up Matt Kemp, single to left, and then lost the extra base hit to Torii Hunter. The Dodgers, who have faced Bulger in the past, Ethia 1 for 2, Loretta 1 for 2, Martin 0 for 1. 0-1 the count to Matt Kemp. Hitting .288, Matt with 4 home runs, 25 runs batted in. And that's a strike at the inside corner. 0-2 the count. Bulger was big man on campus at Valdosta State. Not only pitched well, he hit .345. He had 22 stolen bases in those days. Big fella, 6'4", 215. And he just comes with a good fastball to take care of Kemp. So 2 down in the 6th inning, and the batter, Jamie Hoffman. And what a moment for him to cherish the remainder of his life. A drive clearing the left field wall, and amongst the cheering crowd, his mom, his dad, and his sister. And as we mentioned, he almost didn't play. First of all, Ethier with the split nail on his big toe wanted to play. Torii said no. Then Joe was thinking of playing Casey Blake in the outfield. Then he said no. Oh, well, I'll play the kid. And with Ethier watching, Jamie Hoffman hit a home run. It came on a no-ball, 2-strike pitch. So you can bet Matt Palmer would like that one back. Ball 1. Besides the home run last time up, he grounded to short. One ball and no strikes. That evens it up 1-1. Mom Lisa, Father Rich watching their boy. Sister Tiffany. And a strike, 1-2. So the former hockey player from New Ulm, Minnesota, Jamie Hoffman. Foul tip, so he's still alive. One thing about Jamie, Baseball America rated him the best defensive outfielder in the Dodger minor league system in each of the last 4 years. So his glove really got him where he is today. 1-2. Still hacking him foul. You know who he played for down in the minors? Back in 2004, Brett Butler. And Butler said, I could tell he was a hockey player because he was always dirty. Of course, I don't imagine you get dirty on the ice, but we got Brett's idea. Most home runs he hit in the minors at Jacksonville last year. He had 10. Got him. So the fastball puts him away. Bulger strikes out 2. The Dodgers go out in order. And at the end of 6, Angels 5, Dodgers 4. Dodger Baseball on Prime Ticket is brought to you by 76, where 4 fill-ups scores you 2 free Dodger tickets. Complete rules available at participating 76 stations. We have reached the 7th inning with the Angels leading the Dodgers 5-4. A rather short outing for Chad Billingsley to go 6 for the 3rd time this year. And as you can see, his numbers: 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 9 hits, made 108 pitches. Corey Wade now working on Quinlan, and Gary Matthews Jr. coming out on deck. Quinlan a double and hit into a double play. That's right. Rob 1 for 2. He's had 4 hits in the last 2 games. Fouled that one away. Quinlan did not play in the first game. So Rob doing well when given a chance. Robin made 8 previous starts this year, all against left-handers, so I guess he was a little surprised when he found his name on the lineup card going up against Billingsley. Two balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers scored 4 in the 2nd. The Angels came back with 2 in the 3rd, and then had a good 6th inning where they pushed over 3 more to take the lead. And a chopper off the glove, picked up by Hudson, but no play. By the way, Gary Matthews has been called back to the dugout, and Reggie Willits will come up as Quinlan now goes 2 for 3 today to give him 5 hits in the last 2 games.
Number 77, Reggie Willits.
So Reggie Willits, who got into last night's game in a double switch, finished up in left field. Down in the pen, Justin Spire is warming up. Willits hitting .286. He has 1 run batted in. Shows bunt, strike 1. Reggie made 1 start. That was against Boston. He's checking with Dino. He was out at Salt Lake and called back. Two years ago, Reggie, as a rookie, had a big year. He hit .293. That broke the rookie mark set by Wally Joyner. But as they say, it's tough to get to the big leagues, and it's even tougher to stay. So he went back down to Salt Lake, and now here he is. Strike. Reggie's from Oklahoma. Chickasaw, lives in Fort Cobb. He has a birthday coming up next Saturday. He'll be 28. Went to the University of Oklahoma. 0-2. Ball 1. Quinlan at first, nobody out. 7th inning, 5-4 Angels. Willits with Figgins on deck. Fouled away. Corey Wade picking up for Chad Billingsley. Dodgers, in case you weren't with us, at one time led 4-0, then 4-2, and now the Angels have turned the tables and lead 5-4. Breeze blowing to right. One and two. And Willett pops it up in foul ground. Martin coming over. Blake coming down. It is Blake who juggles and drops it. Casey unable to handle the foul ball, and that gives Reggie Willett second life. Martin there gave way to Casey, who one-handed it, and it just spun around and came out of his glove. It will be an error charge to Blake. So the count 1-1 for Casey Blake. That would be his fourth error of the year. And Willett chases one and strikes out. So Reggie goes down, one away, and Sean Figgins coming up.
Second baseman, number 9, Sean Figgins.
Figgins has struck out, single to center, walked, and scored a run. On deck, Bobby Abreu. And another twisting fly back at third down the line. Castro tries to make a sliding catch, but he can't do it. All out effort. No play. No balls and one strike to Sean Figgins. Good effort by Juan, taking over today for Rafael Furcal. Figgins hitting .291 with 12 runs batted in. Quinlan over there at first has not been involved in a stolen base. Figgins has only grounded into one double play. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's in there. Figgins started to go after it, laid off, pays the price, and the count 1-2. Checking with Dino Abel, coaching at third. Alfredo Griffin over at first. They stagger together, and Loney goes down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Martin with a left-hand hitter up, using him as a screen. Martin looking over in the Dodger dugout before shuffling his cards behind the plate. Fouled away. Figgins, as an Angel, has 257 stolen bases. That's an all-time leader as far as the Angels are concerned. He's getting close to 1,000 hits. He might make it. In fact, he should make it. Fouled away. With 1 hit today, Figgins needs 90 more hits. And they've only played 43 games. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 7th inning, 5-4 Angels. And a drive to right. Down the line it goes. It is foul. All we do is watch the umpire, Eric Cooper, who is straddling the foul line. Still 2-2 to Sean Figgins. Crowd groans. They thought he had a strike. 3-2 the count with Abreu on deck. Corey Wade in his 15th game. He's had an ERA over 5, and he is 0-3. Ever since spring training, he had kind of a balky shoulder. Came in 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. With the runner going, there's a drive into right field, base hit. So Quinlan goes to third. They will stop him on the double by Shane. And just like that, the Angels have runners at second and third, 1 out, and Bobby Abreu coming up. So Shane Figgins doubles to right. Hoffman over to get the ball. Quinlan to third, 1 away. Abreu and Hunter back to back. So Figgins 2 for 3. He's had a walk, a single, and a double. Figgins in the first game had a walk, a single, a double, and a triple, and he had 1 hit last night. So Figgins 6 hits in the 3-game series. First base open. Martin waiting now, and they are going to walk Abreu intentionally and take their chances on Hunter. So Bobby Abreu will get the walk, and in a moment the Angels will have the bases loaded. Torii Hunter flied to center in the first inning, struck out in the 4th, single to center to drive in Figgins in the 6th, and then worked his way around to score. So not only have the Dodgers blown a 4-0 lead, now the Angels leading 5-4, trying to open it up. So 1 to go to make it ball 4. Okay, bases loaded. Torii Hunter 1 for 3 coming up. Torii Hunter in his career has had 10 grand slams. The last one was April 7th last year. He had a grand slam against Cleveland. In June of 06, he hit a grand slam against the Dodgers. So here he is with another opportunity. And ground ball to the hole. It is through. Quinlan scores. Here comes Figgins to score. And the Angels lead 7-4 as Hunter comes through again. So Torii Hunter rounds 1 into left field. Quinlan walking in from third, and Figgins spinning around to come in. It's a 2-run inning, but they're not finished. The batter is Juan Rivera. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Will Oman loosens up. Rivera is 2 for 3 at the plate. Single to center, single to left. And a strike. So Quinlan singled after Willett struck out. Figgins double to right. They walked Abreu intentionally, only to have Hunter ground a single to left to drive in 2. Now Rivera up there, 0-1 to count to Juan. He's hitting .289. Rivera hit his 4th home run of the year last night. He has 15 runs batted in. So Corey Wade might very well still be struggling physically. The other night made 20 pitches and suffered the defeat. 2-1 the count to Rivera. Angels 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Dodgers 4 in the 2nd inning. For Corey Wade, this will be his 30th pitch. And that's lifted, and Loney is calling. So Rivera pops it up. 2 down, and now Kendrick Morales, who is a switch hitter, coming up. And let's see, Torii might bring in Ullman. Rivera a little annoyed at himself. Yep, they will turn Morales around. Morales hitting .306 left-handed, but just .167 right. So you turn him around, bring in the left-hand to Ullman, and Corey Wade kind of shakes his head to Joe Torii, and we'll be back. The fact that neither team was doing anything with runners in scoring position. I think the Angels were hitting .125 and the Dodgers hitting .145. Well, in the first 2 games, the Angels were 3 for 24, and today Mike's boys are 4 for 6. So they're cashing in the opportunities. Now Morales batting right-handed against Will Ullman. Fastball dribbled foul, 0-1. Ullman facing Morales, who had grounded out single and had a scoring fly ball. Two out, 2 in, 7-4 Angels. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Mike Napoli. Will Ullman in his 19th game. Normally they bring Brent Leach in to pitch to right-hand batters, but they wanted Ullman to turn Morales around. As you can see, most of his power as a left-handed batter. Ball 2, 2-1. A rather ominous beginning for Will, so Martin out to talk to him. I don't know. We were speculating a minute ago. Maybe he could change his name from Omen to Harbinger. He's in there with 2 on, 2 out. Angels lead by 3. Morales with Napoli on deck. And ball 3. For Will Oman, he hadn't pitched in a while. This is his first time during the homestand. Fastball popped in the air to shallow right. A trio of Dodgers. Hudson, Hoffman. The ball is knocked off, and I think Hudson is hurt. Hold everything on that. His cap went off as if he had been hit in the head. And timeout. Here comes Hoffman. Take another look. He's saying, I've got it, but Hoffman comes. Oh, yeah. His left arm took the cap right off Hudson's head. It's the elbow. Yeah. The Morales a fly ball, but it is now an ominous inning. The Angels are ready to take the field, but we don't want to leave you with Hudson down on the ground. Well, they're going to assist him to his feet. He's got to be a little groggy. Shakes his head. Okay. He takes the elbow to the left side of his head. What a jolt that was. The inning is over, and the crowd is now asked to stand for the singing of God Bless America.
Today we welcome back 12-year-old Castro.
7-4 in favor of the Angels. Bottom of the 7th inning. And Mike Scioscia makes a double switch. Reggie Willits, who batted for Bulger, stays in the game and plays center field. And Justin Spire will go in Hunter's spot and do the pitching. The 7-4 Angels. Castro, followed by Ethier, and then Pierre. Andre Ethier, bad toe and all, will come up and pinch hit. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1 to count. Justin Spire, whose dad was a solid shortstop, especially for the San Francisco Giants. Fouled away. Spire 6'4", 210. When his dad played up for San Francisco, he was born in Walnut Creek and was originally signed by the Cubs. Then Chris played for the Montreal Expos, and Justin learned some French. So Castro goes down. He goes 0 for 3. 3 Dodgers in a row have struck out now. Kemp and Hoffman to end the 6th, and now Castro here in the 7th.
Attention, please.
And here's the announcement on
For the
Ethier.
Dodgers, pinch hitting number 16, Andre Ethier.
Ethier fouling the ball, actually was hit by the pitch last night and split the nail, but he was saying today that that nail has been half dead since spring training. Ball 1. He wanted to play. Joe said no. He's got that right foot and shin very much protected. 2-0. On deck, Juan Pierre. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Ramon Troncoso and Guillermo Mota. 2-0. For the Dodgers, using a lot of pitchers, even though they've had a pretty successful homestand. And now they're going out and open up in Colorado. And of course, Colorado just burns up bullpen. Dodgers have 3 there and then 4 in Wrigley Field. 3-1 to count to Andre Ethier, hitting .258. Showed signs of coming out of a slump with a double and a single last night, both to left field. 3-2. Though Andre had been hitless during the homestand, he was 0 for 14 and he had 2 hits last night, so he's 2 for 16 during the stand. 3-2. And strike 3 call. So now 4 consecutive Dodgers have bitten the strikeout dust.
Outfielder
Kemp,
number 9,
Hoffman,
Juan Pierre.
Castro, and now Ethier. The Juan Pierre fly to center, single to center, and walk. He has stolen 2 bases. Line drive down the right field line. So that's a deuce at least. Chasing it is Abreu, and down by 3. Juan's going to hold up at second base. So Pierre 2 for 3 with the double to right, and the batter will be Russell Martin. So that breaks the string of 4 strikeouts. Russell Martin grounded to short, fly to center, broke his bat, and lined out to third. So Pierre held on by his good buddy Shane Figgins out there at second. And a strike, 0-1. So Martin 0 for 3, hitting .264. Martin might be glad to get on the road, change of scenery. 4 for 23 during the homestand. 1-1. The Angels 7 runs on 12 hits. The Dodgers 4 runs on 6 hits. Dodgers had 5 hits in the second inning and have not been heard from again until Pierre just got the 2-out double. And that's a fly ball. Willits is there. That'll be that. So no runs, 1 hit, a man left, and at the end of 7, Angels 7, Dodgers 4. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. 7-4 in favor of the Angels, who have come from behind. They were trailing 4-0 at the end of the second inning. Dodgers now dip to the bullpen, and Guillermo Mota will be the 4th man used. Billingsley went 6th, then Wade for 2/3, Will Ullman, and then Mota. For the Angels, they will have their catcher Mike Napoli, followed by Eric Ibar, and then Rob Quinlan. Angels have beaten the Dodgers 11 of the last 16, so they're trying to make it 12 out of 17. Leading 7-4 in the 8th. Right. Interesting thing about the Angels, they've gotten 5 leadoff men aboard, and they have knocked in 3 of them. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you wonder about Torii Hunter, he felt tightness in his right leg after that collision with the wall. He could easily have felt tightness from head to toe. Ball 2, 2-1. Napoli has popped up, struck out twice, 0 for 3, hitting .289. Ground foul. 2-2 the count. Guillermo Mota had some problems with his delivery. They've been working on it. It has to do with that left leg when he strides to the plate. Earned run average is over 8. This would be his 17th game. And in looking at his numbers, you can see the numbers of a pitcher who is struggling. 16 innings, 15 earned runs, 22 hits, and more walks than strikeouts. So it all spells trouble. 3-2. And Napoli strikes out a third time. Checking to make sure he swung at a strike. Las Diaz probably says now. So 1 out, and Eric Ibar will be coming up. Another big crowd on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It has been a very successful box office series for sure. The Friday night game, 55,053. The Saturday night game, 55,301. And today, 54,122. 0-1. Ibar, then Rob Quinlan, and then Reggie Willits, remember, playing center and batting ninth. One and 1. 2-1 the count. Ibar from Bani in the Dominican Republic. Guillermo from San Pedro de Macorís. That's a strike. Ibar's 25. Mota will be 36. 2-2. Ground foul ball. Remember his last time up in the 6th inning, Ibar had an 11 pitch at bat and grounded out. Eric 2 for 3, hitting .292. He has 1 home run, 10 runs batted in. So Ibar certainly makes you work with that short stroke of his. And Mota now goes all the way. 7 runs, 12 hits for the Angels. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers. Another foul ball. But it's interesting, the Dodgers had 5 hits and 4 runs in the 2nd inning and did not have another hit until a 2-out double by Pierre in the 7th. So after Palmer, Bulger pitched very, very well, and then Spire gave up the double. And there's ball 4. So Ibar is aboard with the walk, and that'll bring up Rob Quinlan, who doubled, hit into a double play, singled, and scored a run. Quinlan hitting .258. Rick Honeycutt going out to talk to Mota. Long night in one respect, short night in the other. The Angels will go home after the game, and the Dodgers will eventually find their way to Denver, Colorado, and open up with a day game tomorrow. It'll be on KCAL 9 at 12:10. Then Colorado on the 26th, Tuesday at 5:40, again on KCAL 9. And then Wednesday the 27th, 12:10 on Prime Ticket. and then the club moves on to Chicago. So Ibar at first, 1 out, 8th inning, 7-4 in favor of the Angels. Quinlan 2 hits today, 3 hits yesterday, so 5 hits in the 2 games. Fastball strike, 0-1. Down in the Dodger bullpen, the left-hander Brent Leach, who pitched last night and also pitched the night before. Leach was the winning pitcher in that tough 2-1 victory over the Mets. One ball and 1 strike. One and 1 to Rob Quinlan. 1-2. Angels trying to make their record in May 14-8. Dodgers have already won 15 in the month. Time. Billingsley went 6, allowed 5 runs and 9 hits, made 108 pitches. Wade came in, made 30 pitches, and gave up 2 runs. And the Dodgers yet to recover. Up the middle, a tag is missed. In fact, I think they might call the runner out. Yep, for running out of the line. We're watching Mike Riley. And wow, Mike Scioscia came out of that dugout. Haven't seen him run that fast in a long time. And Riley indicates in avoiding the tag, he ran out of the baseline. And Mike is saying to Mike, easy does it. So 2 Mikes having a conversation. It's just as well as not another Mike down there. Ibar gestured as to where he thought he went to avoid the tag. Of course, Scioscia's going to lose the argument. Take another look. The tag is missed. Ibar went out onto the grass. By that time, the throw to first is too late.
Center fielder number 77, Reggie Willis.
Here comes Scioscia. Look at that. I mean, Mike is ready for the marathon. Ron Renicky alongside of Mike Scioscia. Mike still can't believe that. And with 2 out, here's Reggie Willits. 7-4 in favor of the Angels. 2 out. Willits bunts, foul. 0-1 the count. When the Dodgers come up in the 8th inning, it'll be Hudson, Blake, and Loney. And remember, they've already used Andre Ethier. Angels liken Reggie Willits to David Eckstein, that type mentality. Just grind it out every day. And that's going to go foul down the line, hitting back into the crowd. 0-2 the count. Willits runs well, but he hasn't had much of an opportunity because he hasn't had any chance to play. You look down in the minor leagues, he stole as many as 45 bases. 0-2 the count to Reggie. There goes the runner. The pitch inside. Bad throw. Though into second base easily goes Quinlan. Martin's throw on the wrong side of the bag. Castro had to go back to get it. For Quinlan, he picks up his first stolen base of the year. So a runner at second, 2 out, 1-2 the count to Reggie Willits. Little ground ball, kind of a grass cutter to Blake, and that'll be that. Well, Socha loses an argument. The Dodgers get out of the inning, and at the end it's 7½. The Angels 7 and the Dodgers 4. Matthews comes in at the same time as Darren Oliver. Oliver will bat ninth. Matthews will bat in Torii Hunter's spot. So Darren Oliver, who will be 39 in October, originally drafted by the Rangers in 1988. Son of Bob Oliver, who played in the outfield for 5 teams, including the Angels. Orlando Hudson with a 13-game hitting streak. Struck out, grounded out, walk, took that nasty elbow to the head on the fly ball to right field in the 7th inning. Big bouncer, fair ball, long throw, he beat it. He'll have himself an infield single, and that means he is hit safely in 14. So Orlando Hudson gets himself the single back of third. Quinlan had to back up to get a hop. Didn't get much of a throw off. Put it all together, and Hudson an infield single. So the batter now will be Casey Blake. 7 runs, 12 hits for the Angels. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. But again, remember, 5 of the Dodger hits came in the 2nd inning. Otherwise, they have been completely stopped. Bulger, Spire, now they look at Oliver, and that's a strike to Blake. Casey single to right, fly to right, and fly to center. 0-1. 1-1 the count. Dodgers are playing game 3 of a string of 17 in a row without a day off. 1-1. Ball 2, 2-1. Darren Oliver, as you can well imagine, has played for a lot of teams. The Rangers, the Cardinals. In fact, he's played with the Rangers 3 different times. Red Sox, Rockies, Marlins, Astros, Mets. That's fouled away. Casey Blake hitting .295. Casey's had a very big homestand. 1 for 3 today, though he is 7 for 15, hitting in the 460s. Two and two. And ball 3. Darren Oliver has been the Angels' best receiver thus far. 10 games, an earned run average of 1.5. 3-2. And line drive, base hit to the gap. Over to cut it off is Rivera, going to third easily on the long single is Hudson. And James Loney will be coming up. And for Casey Blake, 2 for 4.
First baseman number 7, James Loney.
James Loney has doubled and twice grounded out. Mike Butcher going out to the mound now to talk to Darren Oliver. Oliver has an earned run average of 1.3. That's how effective he has been. Strikeouts to walk 14 to 4. And a record of 1-0. So James Loney followed by Matt Kemp. 7-4 Angels. We're now on the bottom of the 8th inning. Loney hitting .284, has Hudson at third and Blake over at first. Nobody out. And ball 1. Oliver has been so efficient. He's been in 8 games in the month of May, and he's allowed 1 run. Slow breaking ball off the plate. 2-0. Fastball strike. So Oliver with a 2-1 count. Breaking ball low. Ollie is pretty much the dean of the Angel staff. He's had over 13 years service in the major leagues. Socia sweating it out a little bit. 3-1 to Loney. Fastball strike. So he hadn't gotten a breaking ball over, but he has hit the zone with 2 fastballs. Full count, nobody out, runners at first and third, and the Angels lead 7-4. And that's hit in the air to left field. Tagging is Hudson. The catch is made, and Orlando will score. That makes it Angels 7, Dodgers 5. 1 out. Blake holding at first, and Matt Kemp coming up. Loney is scoring fly ball to left field. The game's 2nd run batted in of the day. Matt Kemp, single to left, hit the ball that Torii Hunter made a magnificent catch, and then last time up struck out. Matt hitting .287. Little dribbler foul. Blake started to go. 0-1 to count. Seven runs, 12 hits for the Angels. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers. 1-1. Fastball, 1-2. Matt Kemp battling Darren Oliver here in the 8th inning. Rubber game of the 3-game series. Dodgers will get together with the Angels on the weekend of June 19th in Anaheim. And that's going to be hit into left field. Base hit. Stopping at second is Blake. So the Dodgers have the tying runs aboard with 1 out. And Jamie Hoffman coming up.
Number 30, Jamie Hoffman.
Jamie Hoffman hit that 3-run home run back in the 2nd inning. Hitting a home run in his 3rd major league at bat. Grounded to short in the 4th and struck out in the 6th. So the kid against the veteran. And a strike inside corner. Hoffman is 24. Oliver will be 39. Big spread there. Blake at second, Kemp at first, 1 out. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a fly ball to shallow right, coming up in a hurry, not making the play is Abreu. Here comes Casey to score. Stopping at third is Kemp. Into second goes Hoffman. It is 7-6 Angels as Bobby Abreu unable to catch up to that little fly ball. And for Hoffman, his 4th RBI of the day. So Darren Oliver watching Abreu come close but no cigar, and by the time Matthews ran it down, the Dodgers have 4 hits in the inning, including a scoring fly ball. Hoffman now represents a go-ahead run. Over at third is Matt Kemp representing the tying run. And Mark Loretta is now going to come up with first base open and bat for Castro. So the infield has to play up as Loretta checks in. Let's see, they're not even going to bother pitching to him. And Rafael Furcal is out on deck. He would bat from Moda. So Loretta will get the walk. And Rafael will be coming up with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 8th. And the Angels trying to hang on to what is now a 7-6 lead. So Darren Oliver gave up the infield single to Hudson. Then the single to left to Blake. That sent Hudson to third. Loney's long fly ball picked up Hudson. Then Kemp singled Blake to second. Hoffman's fly ball double to right scores Blake and says Kemp the tying run to third. So the bases loaded, one out, and Rafael Furcal coming up to bat right-handed. Furcal is hitting .262 right, .233 left. His only home run hit right-handed. So from the looks of things, the game is on the line, certainly to 54,122. As Kemp, Hoffman, and Loretta out there, and ball one to Furcal. Infield is in double play depth. Morales comes up in front of the runner at first. Little ground ball speared by Morales to the plate for one. No further play. So Furcal forces Kemp at the plate. The bases remain loaded. And that's the second out. And Juan Pierre will be coming up. So Morales was right there. And they get the out. No return throw to first. Morales did not go to the bag. Juan Pierre flied to center, single to center, stole second, walked, stole second, and doubled in the seventh inning. Breaking ball strike, 0-1. So Furcal at first, Loretta at second, and Hoffman at third. 2 out. Eighth inning, 7-6 Angels. Breaking ball off the plate. 1-1. $54,122. Seeing another tough ball game between these two. Curveball, line drive, Jack Figgins. So Oliver survives the inning. The Dodgers scratch for 2 and come up a buck short. And at the end of 8, Angels 7, Dodgers 6. Changes. Angels lead 7-6. First of all, Rafael Furcal bats ninth, hitting for Mota, takes over at shortstop. After Furcal, Casey Blake goes from third base into left field, stays in his spot in the order. Mark Loretta batted for Castro. Loretta takes over at third base, batting eighth. So since Pierre made the last out, that's the convenient spot to put Brent Leach, the new pitcher. So Leach getting ready. He'll be pitching to Sean Figgins and Bobby Abreu and Gary Matthews. 7 runs, 12 hits for the Angels. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Dodgers. The Angels have been in 14 one-run games, and they are 7-7. The Dodgers have been in 12 previous one-run games. They're not only 9-3, but they are a perfect 7-0 here at Dodger Stadium. So Sean Figgins struck out and singled, walked and doubled. And down in the Angel bullpen, Brian Fuentes will be warming up for the 9th. Fastball strike. Figgins, who has stolen 19 out of 22. Breaking ball strike. 0-2. Oh, and 2. 1-2. Brent Leach becomes the 5th Dodger pitcher. So again, the Dodger bullpen getting quite a workout. He's out of Mississippi, called up from Chattanooga, Double-A. Fastball, 2-2. Hung-Chi Kuo, who would normally be in this kind of a game, is over in Glendale, Arizona, trying to get well. 2-2. Little ground ball to Furcal. 1 away. So that keeps Figgins off the base paths. And with 1 away, Bobby Abreu coming up. The Figgins settled for 2 hits today, plus a walk. Abreu is 1 for 3, lined out, hit into a double play, single to right. Bobby unable to get up to the ball that Hoffman hit. Fly ball into shallow right that went for a double. Fastball, but it's off the plate. Ball 1. And that's low, ball 2. Abreu hit the ball right on the screws, but he hit it right at Matt Kemp in the first inning. A big chopper along first. Dodgers turned it into a double play. Mike Scioscia thought surely it was a foul ball. That's a strike at the knees. Then Abreu singled to right in the 6th inning, and they walked him intentionally in the 7th. 2-1 to Bobby. And he drives one to center and deep. Back goes Campbell, way back to the track at the wall. Leaps up, and it gets away off the wall. And Abreu on his way for 3. He is in there with a triple. So Matt Kemp unable to pull a Torii Hunter. And it's a 1-out triple for Bobby Abreu.
Center fielder, Gary Matthews.
So the Dodger infield now will have to play up, and Gary Matthews will be the batter. Though Abreu has a single, a triple, and a walk. 7-6 in favor of the Angels. Ramon Troncoso is down in the Dodger bullpen. And Gary Matthews coming up. It'll be his first at bat. Matthews last night went 0 for 5 and struck out 3 times. And in the game before, he went 2 for 3. Gary, as a switch hitter, hitting .292 left and .231 right. So the Dodgers turn him around now. And Joe Torii heading for the mound. And contrary to the numbers, I guess Joe is not happy with Brent Leach's stuff. Where Matthews appears to really be struggling against left-hand pitching, they're going to take out the left-hander and bring in the right-hander, and we'll be back. The Dodgers in the bottom of the ninth. They will have Russell Martin, Orlando Hudson, and Casey Blake. But right now they've got to get some outs, and Ramon Troncoso will now face Gary Matthews. Matthews hitting .292 left-handed, 9 of his 14 RBIs. His 1 home run was hit right-handed. Dodger infield comes up. Up. They're going to walk Matthews intentionally now, and that's why they didn't mind taking Leach out. And they'll get Troncoso to go head-to-head with Rivera. So in a moment, runners at first and third with 1 out. 7 runs, 13 hits for the Angels, 6 runs, 10 hits for the Dodgers. Last night it was 5-4 Dodgers in 10. Game 1 was 3-1 Angels in 9. And in a moment, Juan Rivera, who was 2 for 4, coming up. The first and third. Gary Matthews standing at first base has not been involved in a stolen base. Abreu at third with his triple. And here's Rivera. Rivera hitting .287, 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. The Dodger infield is now back in double play depth. And a little ground ball into the hole to right field. Coming all the way around to third goes Matthews. That reminded me of the ground ball that Gary Sheffield hit for the Mets Little ground ball that found its way into right field. The old story looked like a line drive in the box score. Here goes Orlando trying to hound it. Finally comes up with it, but no chance. So Rivera a single to right. Abreu scores for the second time, and Matthews goes all the way to third. So the run is charged to Leach. The hit is charged to Troncoso. And the batter now will be Morales with first and third, one out. 8-6 in favor of the Angels. Right. 0-1. Morales grounded out and singled. He had a scoring fly ball and flied to right. That was the play where Jamie Hoffman's left elbow almost took Orlando Hudson's head off. 1-1. Eight-6 Angels in the ninth. Gary Matthews down the line from third. Juan Rivera at first. Still only one out. And ground ball, base hit. So that will score Matthews. Rivera stops at second. And the Angels now enjoying a 9-6 lead. So for Joe Torii, the bullpen of Leach and Troncoso has not been effective. So that run is charged to Troncoso. 2 runs in the inning. Still, the only out was Sean Figgins, who led off and grounded to short. And the batter is Mike Napoli, popped up, struck out 3 times. And a strike. So Rivera at second, Morales at first. 1 away. 4 Angels have reached. Abreu tripled. They walked Matthews intentionally. Rivera single to right. Morales singles to right. 0-2 the count to Mike Napoli. On deck, Eric Ibar. Ball 1. The Angels have done a complete about face in today's game as far as hitting with runners in scoring position. Today they are 6 for 10, 600 batting average, which is out of this world. 1-2. 2-2. So it's been Billingsley and then Wade, Ullman, Mota, Leach, Troncoso. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Ball 3. Dodgers have used 15 pitches in the 3 games. 15. Rivera at second, Morales at first, full count, 1 out. Fastball hit to the hole for call. Will get what? He will get no one. So a minute that it looked like, well, they'll get a force play at second. Rafael wasn't able to go there. And by the time he got it to first, there was no play. It will go as a base hit. Take another look. He goes to the hole, up with it there, and just couldn't get rid of it the first time. By the time For whatever reason, Rafael Furcal is having more trouble getting a grip on a ball. So charitably, that's a base hit. Now the Dodgers bring the infield up halfway as far as Furcal and Hudson. And here's Eric Ibar with the bases loaded. And ball one. Rivera at third, Morales at second, Napoli at first. One out. 5 straight batters have reached following Figgins making out leading off the inning. Right. Ibar a bunt single, then he singled to right, grounded out and walked. Rivera, Morales, and Napoli all out there. And that's a drive to center. Going back on the ball is Kemp. The catch is made. 2 runners tag. Rivera will score. Morales goes to third. And the Angels now lead 10-6. So Ibar, a scoring fly ball, a run batted in. So runners at first and third. And Rob Quinlan coming up. He's the 8th man to bat here in the 9th inning. So the Dodgers led 4-0. Then they led 4-2. Then the Angels led 5-4. Then the Angels led 7-4. Then the Angels led 7-6. And now the Angels lead 10-6. Quinlan with a double and a single is 2 for 4. That's in the dirt. Ball one. Nice block by a weary Martin. Mysurus Turris comes out on deck to bat for Oliver. Brian Fuentes was throwing, but he's going to have company down in the pen. Rafael Rodriguez. 10 runs, 16 hits for the Angels. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Dodgers. Quinlan with a double and a single. 2 balls and no strikes. Dodgers can't help but look back in the 8th inning. They had the bases loaded with 1 out, and they were trailing by 1. And the Angels come right back with 3 to open it wide up. For a call hit into a force play at the plate, and that was pretty much it. Then the line drive had found its way into Figgins' glove. That's a strike. 3-1 the count to Rob Quinlan. Fastball in there, 3-2. So that means that over at first base, Mike Napoli will be running. Loney is off the bag. And down the line from third will come Morales. Napoli goes, and it's foul back. Dodgers in Colorado tomorrow for a day game. KCal 9 at 12:10. Eric Stoltz will pitch Monday. Eric Milton Tuesday. Clayton Kershaw Wednesday. 3 consecutive left-handers. And down goes Quinlan to finally end the inning. But not before 8 men come to the plate. 3 come home to roost. And it's 10-6 Angels. Padres continue to roll along. They beat the Cubs today 7-2, and that means San Diego has now won 9 in a row. The winning pitcher was Chris Young. So Brian Fuentes will now come in and be asked to shut it down, facing Martin, Hudson, and Blake. So Brian Fuentes making an appearance. He did not pitch last night. He closed up shop in game 1 when the Angels won it 3-1. Retired the Dodgers in order in the 9th inning. Fastball strike. Martin grounded to short, fly to center, line to third, fly to center again. 0 for 4. And a hopper to third, gobbled up nicely by Quinlan, and one away. So Martin grounds to third, one down, and the batter will be Orlando Hudson. So for Joe Torii, trying a comeback after blowing a 4-0 lead, and that has to be a joke to blow a 4-0 lead with Chad Billingsley on the mound. Orlando Hudson struck out, grounded out, walked, and had an infield single, so he sits safely in 14 straight. Hudson 4 for 8 in the past against Brian Fuentes. And on deck, Casey Blake, who is 3 for 4 against him. That's a strike. 1-1 the count. One ball and one strike. Ball 2. Fuentes will be 34 in August from Merced, 6'4", 230. Originally signed by the Mariners, 25th round. And that's smoked into left center. There's nobody there. That thing is going to go towards the wall. And for Orlando Hudson, he goes into second with a double. So today has a walk, a single, and now a one-out double. So Hudson bangs one to the gap. That would be his 16th double, by the way. And the batter will be Casey Blake. Single to right and fly to right. Fly deep to center and single to left. So Casey is 2 for 4. Has had a great homestand and is hitting .300. Blake with Loney on deck. And a strike. For Brian Fuentes, 0-2 with an earned run average of 4. He's in his 18th game. Strikeouts to walks, 3-1. Nice save. That thing was heading for the backstop. Napoli able to knock it down. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fuentes had 1 year with the team that drafted in the Mariners. Then he spent his career from 02 through 08, 7 seasons with the Rockies. Fastball, that's going to go foul off first out of play. Paid attendance today was 54,122. Blake with Loney on deck. And that's pulled down the line. Going foul. So Orlando Hudson with a walk, a single, and a double at second base. 1 out in the ninth. 10-6 Angels. And that's going the other way down the right field line. Fair ball. Bouncing around, scoring easily is Hudson. Blake has a double, and it's 10-7 in favor of the Angels on the back-to-back double.
First baseman, James Loney.
And James Loney coming up. So Fuentes gets up 2 doubles for a run. Bobby Abreu gets it back in. James Loney doubled, grounded out twice, and had a scoring fly ball. So 1 out, Dodgers down by 3. Loney with Kemp on deck. Loney doubled and had that scoring fly ball. That was back in the 8th inning. Dodgers had that golden opportunity in the 8th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Looked like they were able to catch up. But for call hit into a force play at the plate. Pierre hit a line drive at Figgins, and that was that. 1-1 the count. Socha watching his closer struggle a little bit. And that's going to go foul. 1-2. Well, we're getting close to a 4-hour game, and the crowd has loved every minute of it. 54,122, and a lot going on. Dodgers 4 in the second, Angels 2 in the third, Angels 3 more in the sixth. Back and forth they come at each other, and it's 10-7 Angels. Ground ball, that's to Morales. Taking third is Blake, but the Dodgers are down to their last out. So the batter now with Casey Blake at third is Matt Kemp. Kemp has singled, lost an extra base hit on a truly magnificent play by Torii Hunter, struck out and singled a left in that wild 8th inning, but was forced at the plate by Furcal. Jamie Hoffman on deck. And a strike. 0-1. Two doubles in the inning for one, but the Dodgers still short by 3. Blake at third. Little ground ball to shortstop. Ibar makes the throw just in time, and that's it. Dodgers